Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the youth live stream. Super stoked to have you guys here today. Want to get started. As always, we will be interacting through the chat, so make sure that you're over there leaving comments. I want to give you a couple tips, as always, for the chat. First, if you haven't already, go ahead, identify yourself. I see several people have let us know who you are. Some of you guys have some usernames that we're just not sure who you are, so it's really cool to know who goes with which username. Always keep it classy, no language, try not to spam. Let's stick on topic and then post around what we're talking about. That way we can have a good time. So this week, our theme is watch your mouth. So we're talking all about how we use our words. The theme verse for this week is Psalm 141:3. This is a verse that God has used in my life a lot. I have a tendency to talk too much, and so this is super helpful. It says, "Set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the doors of my lips." And so that's going to be our theme today. We're looking at how we use our words. Later on, we will be interviewing our very own Jody Graham about how she uses her words. And so I want to start by talking about the challenge that we have for this week's video. If you were here last week, we, in the live stream, counted how many times we used the word resurrection. And whoever got the number right at the end got a $10 gift card to Baskin-Robbins. We're doing that again, but what we're counting this time is the number of times I say, or anyone in this video says, the word or words. So keep a tally. If you, at the end, guess right or get the closest to the number of times that we actually say the word, or words, then you will get a $10 gift card to Baskin-Robbins. Last week, Megan Hines crushed it. She got the exact right number. She was the first person to comment it in the chat. So just want to let you guys know that's something we're doing. First of all, I'd like to show you some photos from game night. So one of the things that we did this last week that was a ton of fun on Wednesday, instead of our regular growth group, is we actually had a Zoom game night. We had a few leaders lead some games. We played charades, Pictionary. We did a scavenger hunt. It was a ton of fun. We had about 35 people crammed into a Zoom meeting. Really enjoyed it. It was fun to be able to see your guys' faces and have some fun together, even though we can't be together in the same place like we would normally do if we were playing games. It was really fun to hang out. So I'd encourage you guys. That's something we're going to do pretty regularly as we move forward. So in the game night, we actually also announced the winner of our quarantine quest. So that's something we've talked about for the last couple weeks. The quarantine quest was a ton of fun. I have a few pictures here that I wanted to show you that were submitted by you guys and the things that you found that were on the list of the quarantine quest. And so that's the Carters. And that's Amelie and her family. They found a bunch of stuff. They had a fort. It's pretty legit. It's our very own Lane Clark with his pigtails. Pretty epic. The Camacho family and their roller skates with their pizza. That was legit. And that's the Turners, Jen and Emma, with the stuff they found. Had a bunch of toilet paper in the background. And that was Brandon Tidwell's family. His dad's doing a headstand with rollerblades on. It's impressive. That's the Gillettes. They had a bunch of crosses. And then the winner was the Tiemans. This is Natasha and her family. They crushed it. Absolutely crushed it on the quest. They got the most points. And so that was a ton of fun. Just wanted to show you guys some of the things that we got this last week. It was great. All right. So one of the things we normally would do if we were in person is that we would do announcements. So I asked Johnny, and Micah, and Amber to do an announcement video this week. And so here it is. I'll roll the announcements.
Hey guys, how's it going? Long time.
Good. How are you doing?
Good. It's been like a month of sitting in my room, and
I know.
It's been crazy, man. I finished Netflix. Like I actually finished Netflix.
All of Netflix?
All of Netflix. I'll call them tomorrow and tell them I need more stuff. But like,
man,
I also finished TikTok too. All of it.
I have almost finished my Chris Pratt coloring book.
Wow.
It's nearly as impressive, but there's a lot of Chris Pratt in it.
Man, that's like art. That's pure modern art right there.
It is. I might give some of my drawings and put them in like a competition or something.
You should enter it into the state digital fair.
I will. It's practically a lock-in.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Hey Amber, what have you been doing?
Well, I haven't worn real pants in a month.
So those are fake pants right there.
These are fake pants.
They're not real,
They're stretchy pants.
just for
Oh.
fun.
Yeah, yeah. I also bought an ocarina. I don't know what it is, but I can play Happy Birthday.
Is that an avocado? Oh, I think I can guess the song. Pomp and Circumstance. That's what it is.
Oh, that's it.
That's the song they play at weddings.
I thought that was the graduation song.
It is the graduation song.
I just wish there was like more stuff to do, you know? Like there's not really anything to do
Yeah.
like stuck at home, right?
Wait. Don't we have online growth groups?
What are those?
Online growth? Well, Wednesday night, it's cool. We get together on Zoom like we're doing right now.
And do you grow? Do you have to like water each other like plants?
Well, I mean, I guess you could water yourself if you wanted, but no, all you have to do is go on your email and see the link that your youth leader is going to send you.
On MySpace?
On MySpace?
Yeah.
No, just email.
Oh,
Who uses MySpace anymore?
I use MySpace.
That's
Boomer.
why it's your space and not MySpace. But, I mean, we could talk about MySpace during online growth groups. We get in our gender and grade specific groups. We have some, we also talk about Sunday messages and, you know, how everything's going.
Is that like with the family Sunday message? Because there's the family one that you watch with your family because it's the family one on Sunday mornings. Or there's the youth one at 6 o'clock on YouTube.
Well, what's the family one?
The family one is like from the Seabreeze website. It's the main message that Bevan gives out. And then that one has like worship songs and stuff. And then there's the one that for you.
Do they have the avocado that you played in the worship music?
No, but they should.
I think you should join
Working on
the
it.
worship team playing the avocado.
I
Yeah.
like it.
I will definitely be doing that, actually.
And where can you watch this family worship service?
In your living room, if you have a computer or a smartphone. Like on the Seabreeze website that has like the YouTube video for it. So like you can watch it anytime. But like the youth one is different because that one's like a live stream. You can only watch it at 6 o'clock on Sunday nights.
You can watch that on Reddit, right?
No.
That's where I read it. I
Yeah.
thought it was not Reddit.
Anti-Reddit? No, it's YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah. But yeah, so that one's cool. That one we actually have like games and like prizes and stuff. But yeah, so that one's fun. But Sunday morning is like for your time with your family, which is why we're doing like a separate youth service.
Yeah, but I think I'll definitely be watching the youth service and the family service on YouTube with my family. I think that'll be fun on Sundays. And
Yeah.
you know what, Micah? I bet you could not make a trick shot with a paper ball right now.
Are you for real?
I bet you could not do that.
Watch me.
What a lot of people don't know is my name's actually Micah Trickshot Stofel.
So
Wow, I cannot believe
That-
you did that.
Was easy.
I can't believe you split the ball into 3.
I know.
Easy.
I'm
That's
just
against all
how
laws of
cool I am. So Johnny, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna go take a trick shot and fail in comparison.
Bet.
Let's see it, buddy.
I will do it. I will do that, but not right now because you know what? I'll do even better. I think we should have a whole competition, and
I like it.
we should get like all the youth ministry involved, and everyone should take a video of them doing their trick shot, and they should send it to Seabreeze, and they will put that on the social media. They'll put that on the Instagram and Facebook, and then we'll have a competition to see whose is the best. And I bet you that I will win. I'll come out on top.
Okay. Let's just wait to see them all. You know what? That'll be fun. Maybe I'll do it again, and it'll be picture perfect.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, I have this amazing story. So one time
All right, let's hear it.
I was like walking down the street, and then there was like this carrot, and he came up to me.
Oh man, that's classic. I appreciate you guys doing that. Yeah, beat their trick shot. And hey, if you do make some trick shots while you're at home, kind of bored, just send them my way. I'd love to post them for you on our Instagram. Love to see what kind of trick shots you guys are going to do. I'm going to try to do a few with my family this week. I think it'd be really cute to get my kids involved. So now what I'd like to do is I want to play a game with you guys. So this is one that takes emojis, and using the emojis that are displayed, you have to guess which state it is. Guess in the chat as soon as it's posted. It's called Where in the World Emoji Question Guessing Game, the state edition. So guess the state that these emojis apply to. Let's go ahead and roll the first one. What do you guys think? Pretty classic. I lived there recently. You guys are quick, man. All right, yeah. Yeah, it's Texas. That's for sure. Yeah, you could tell by the cow, right? All right, the next one. What do you guys think? Sunshine, Ferris wheel. Oranges, rocket ship. Yeah, that one's Florida. Crushed it, Florida. All right, what's the next one? I'm just going to give you a hint. You're going to think this is Nebraska. It's not. It's not Nebraska. Only hint I'm going to give. Nope, not Ohio or Michigan. Steinhaus has got it. It's Iowa. They have corn there too, and wheat. Basically, this is the Midwest. It's all the states. Next one. All right, football, cheese. What do you think? Seriously, the cheese that comes from this state is fantastic. If you've never had it, I highly recommend it. Got it. Yeah, Wisconsin crushed it. All right, the next one. Think big city, also state, share the same name. Yeah, this one, it says new in it. It's New York, for sure. All right, the next one feels a little close to home. And Micah, football is before cheese because Green Bay Packers, man. All right, this one. Yep. It's our home state, California. The next one, I don't know if you'll be able to guess it. I don't know if football is greater than cheese, guys. Dairy's pretty fantastic. This one is Nevada. Hot desert. Gambling. All right, next one. This is the final one for all the marbles. It's not accurate. It's not California. Yeah, crushed it. Hawaii. Cool. Well, thanks for playing. This next thing has been a reoccurring segment that I like. This is called Meme of the Week. And I wanted to share this meme with you because, I just want you to know I'm sad for all the people out there as well that have birthdays in quarantine and you don't get to throw a party. So here's the meme. My heart goes out to everyone who has a March or April birthday. Mine is in May, and I'm pretty sure it's canceled too. But what we'll have to do, we'll have to have one giant birthday party for everyone who had one during quarantine when we get back together. That may be one of the first things we do, just a giant birthday party for everyone. So thanks for hanging and playing the game with everything, guys. Now I'd like to transition back to what we're really here for. We're here to learn from some of our leaders about the different things that God has taught us over the years. And so I have asked Jody this week to do an interview with me about how she uses our words. Remember, our theme is watch your mouth. The reality is that our words get us into trouble really quickly. And so I asked her to sit down with me over Zoom and then asked her a few questions. So really excited to hear from Jody. She's been a youth leader with us for a long time. She really cares about you guys, and she has a lot to say about her words. Did I mention words? All right, go ahead. Well, Jody, we're glad that you're spending some time with us today to share a little bit. I have a few questions for you as we get started. So how long have you been working with students?
Well, let's see. I started working with students the same year Jonathan, my son, went into 6th grade. So he would have been, 11 then, and now he's 23. So about 10 years.
That's great. And what got you started working with students?
Well, I think I was really eager for Jonathan to start in youth ministry, and I thought I'd like to be involved in that too. And I kind of made a promise with God, if you'll help me with Jonathan as he's a teenager, then I'll just jump in and help other teenagers. What was fun about that was just getting to see other students at the same age as he was, and then I only have, sons, so it's just been great having just relationships with young girls, and it's like I have a bunch of daughters, and I love that.
That's really cool. Yeah, that's great. And now it's super cool. Like, Johnny, he gets to work with students too, and so I think that's really fun. So our theme is about words and how we use them. I think as we're all kind of cooped up at home, we're really comfortable with our families, so sometimes we're more comfortable saying things that may be hurtful even than helpful. And so I'm really excited to talk with you about this because I think that you really communicate well with people. And what I mean by that is that you encourage them, and the things that you say are really beneficial. And I can tell that you really think about what you want to communicate to people. And so I thought I'd start off by asking, what's your favorite verse about how we use our words?
Yeah, my favorite verse about how to use words is Ephesians 4:29, where it says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth. So I was looking up that word unwholesome, and it really means like corrupt or rotten. And so I have a half-eaten rotten banana over here on the counter, and I was thinking it's completely useless now. So kind of the idea of this verse is either our words can be helpful and useful, or they can be rotten and they can tear people down. So I love that verse because it's just a good reminder of I'm making a choice about my words. They can be helpful, or they can tear people down.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too, for sure. Yeah. I think it's super helpful. So what are some ways that words are used for bad and for good?
Yeah, I was thinking, words are so, so powerful. There's so many verses in the Bible, the book of Proverbs, the book of James. They all just talk about how powerful words are. And I was thinking about my sister and I when we were in middle school and younger. We fought a lot. Like with our fists, like we would just get down and fight. But my mom had this rule. There was no name calling. We couldn't call names. You couldn't say you're stupid or I hate you. And I think about now that we're, I haven't lived with my sister in years, but we have a good relationship. And I think, those physical fights, they might have hurt in the moment, but I don't remember that pain now. But because my mother would not let us speak painful words, I really appreciate that. And my husband and I have a rule that called Fight Fair. So that means you can talk and you can talk about things that are difficult, but you don't resort to name calling, saying you're stupid or I hate you, or any of the variety of ways that we can name call. So just keeping in mind that your words can build up someone or they can tear them down. And it's hard to forget hurtful words.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Like thinking about, yeah, I had a brother growing up and we would get in some fights and yeah, I don't remember, the moment of pain, as we're wrestling or whatever, but later on the things that really last for a long time are, yeah, words and things that you've communicated that you think about someone else. And so it's a good thing to keep in mind. So here's the question. If you could immediately change one thing about the way you speak to other people, what would it be and why?
Yeah. I try to work on my speech a lot. And a lot of times after I've been with someone, I rethink about what I said. So if I could instantly change, I wish every person I'm with, I could say something encouraging. Sometimes I'm way too focused on myself. And when I come away, I think I was only thinking about myself and I wasn't being encouraging. So I wish I could instantly change that. And what I realized even in talking to you is I'm much more intentional about thinking about saying encouraging things to people who are my friends, and I'm not as intentional with my family. And so I was thinking just being more intentional about saying something encouraging to every family member every day, something I'm seeing they're doing that I want to appreciate about them. So I wish I could change that immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Not that I've experienced that from you, but I think about myself a lot in conversations, and I wish, oh man, I wish I would have said something that would have made that other person's day or showed them that I really do care about them. So I think that's really helpful. So, I mean, how could we work towards applying that this week while we're at home with our families?
Well, one of my other favorite verses about words is just a few verses ahead of this in Ephesians 4:25, where it says to speak truthfully. And I think this phrase, speak truthfully, allows a lot of room for you to be able to say what you're upset about without tearing that person down. So I think I would encourage us to think about ways you can speak truthfully rather than just to resort to name calling or saying mean things, because a real sign of maturity is I speak truthfully, I don't call names. And I think all students, well, adults, but especially students who are not yet adults, they want to show they're mature. And I think a way to do that is you speak truthfully. You say, I'm upset about this. I'm upset with you about this. But you don't just name call, which is it's not useful. It's not helpful. It doesn't build the relationship. But being honest about what you're upset about, what you're angry about, what you're frustrated about, I think that is the key. So that verse is Ephesians 4:25, speak truthfully. It says, because we're all a part of the same body. So that kind of means when you say hurtful words, it not only hurts them, it hurts you as well.
Yeah, that's really good. Thanks, Jody. And I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day to share that with us. I'm excited for the students to get to hear this.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I'm really glad I got to have that conversation with Jody this week. Super helpful talking about, how we don't name call and how that's really a sign of maturity as we speak truthfully to people, and we can have civilized conversations, but without the name calling. And the reality is that our words can be used to build others up or tear them down. It's so easy, especially while we're here, stuck kind of in our homes, to be so comfortable with our family that we let some things fly that we will definitely regret later. Like when you're angry and you just say something, you really tell your brother or sister, tell them where they can go, or whatever. So I just we have the ability really to, because we're so comfortable with our family, to really say some hurtful things that will regret. So that's why our theme verse today is Psalm 141:3. This is so helpful. It says, remember, set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips. And this idea of setting a guard over our mouths, a guard is someone set in front of a door to let the right people in and out, but to keep out the things that are, the people or things that are wrong. So the idea is that by God's help, we really need, as we talk, to let the right things out and keep the wrong things in as we're speaking to people. We don't want the wrong things to get out. We really need something filtering our speech. So what should we let out? The verse Jody talked about, Ephesians 4:29, says, let no unwholesome word come out of your mouth except for what's beneficial for building others up. So the reality is we need to really be building others up with our speech. And with our families, specifically with our parents, that's really what is respectful. We want to respect them. So we don't let out anger or frustration by, a tone that we have or an attitude we take with our family members. We don't let disrespect out. We don't let manipulating words or speech out either. So before you speak, you can actually ask yourself this question. I found it really helpful. It's this: is this going to be beneficial to the other person if I say it? Not is it going to be beneficial to me, but is it going to be beneficial to the other person if I say it? When I was in college, there was a local pastor who was speaking to our group of students, and he actually shared something that helped him stop an argument that he was in the middle of with his family or with his wife. After it had gotten started, he remembered that even in that moment of his anger and frustration, that he actually was called to submit himself to God. And so he used to say in his head, when he realized, he was starting to get angry, he'd feel those feelings of anxiety or frustration with his wife or his kids, and he would pray in the middle of an argument. He would say in his mind, Holy Spirit, even now I am surrendered to you. And he knew that as his anger increased, his ability to really listen to God really decreased. And I actually heard this before I was married, and when I was dating my wife, I remember God brought that sentence to mind in the middle of an argument, and I realized that I needed to pray that. So as soon as I prayed that, I found out that it was really helpful in stopping my argument, because I realized that I was part of the problem and that my frustration, anger really had let things get out of hand. And so as soon as I prayed that prayer, I was brought to an immediate place of humility where I realized there was wrong that I had done and I needed to actually ask forgiveness for. And so if you find yourself struggling with getting angry with a brother or sister, arguing with them, or getting frustrated with mom or dad while you're at home, in the moment, tell God that you're still surrendered to Him. I'd encourage you to say that in your mind, and then ask for His help to say only what's beneficial. And so that's what I want to leave you with today. Those are two really practical things that I think you could implement this week that could save relationships for the future and really show signs of maturity in the way that you speak with other people. James 3 talks about how our tongues, our mouths, are such a small part of our body, but they boast really big things. And so the reality is that they can have a lot of power considering how small of a part of our body. So it's really important that as we grow, we continue to try to tame our tongues. We really try to, with God's help, with His help, we try to speak only what's beneficial to other people. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. Real quick, now is the time to place your guesses for how many times the word word or words was used in the live stream. It's now or never, people. So this is the time for you to place that stuff. I'm going to pray for us real quick, and then I'll sign us off. And so let me pray. God, thank you for an opportunity to spend time together here over YouTube. What a fun thing to be able to talk about such an important aspect of our walk with you. And really, that's the way that we talk to and about other people. God, you say that our words have power. We can build others up or tear them down. I pray this week by your help that we would remember that as we're getting frustrated and about to say something that may damage our relationship with someone else, that you would help us stop, surrender to you, and then ask about whether what we're going to share is beneficial. God, we're so grateful for the fact that you saved us from our sins and that we can know you, and that you give us the strength and power to actually change because you live inside of us when we decide to follow you. Pray this all in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, so real quick, I just want to remind you guys, I would love to see your best trick shots this week. Either send me the video to my email, andrew@seabreezechurch.com, or you can just tag at SeabreezeYM on Instagram if you have Instagram. Remember, post now or forever hold your peace. How many times we use the word or words in this live stream. And then I'll send an email to the winner here at the end, probably tomorrow. You'll get your gift card, $10 to Baskin-Robbins. Go ahead and post them here real quick. I'll sign us off. It was good to talk with you guys. I'll see you later.